Okay, then here you go. The floor is yours.
Okay. So 1/3 of all the food produced in this world goes to waste. We don't touch it, we don't eat it. Now, a lot of this waste comes from restaurants, bakeries, and grocery stores who made too much food and they're forced to throw it away at the end of the day. But also at farms in Indonesia, 30 to 40% of every single agriculture harvest also gets wasted just because it looks weird or it's ugly, even though there's nothing wrong with it. Now, all this is perfectly good food that can be sold on our app and be brought back into the market. We created a B2B2C mobile app to solve the problem of unsold food for any food business. We get them more revenue, more customers, and we reduce their food waste. What we do is we help the local farmers in Indonesia sell their ugly or weird looking fruit and vegetables directly to our 3,000 restaurant partners. And in turn, our restaurant partners will make the menu items with it. And if there's any unsold food at the end of the day, they can upload it directly to our app and sell it directly to our B2C users. And everything along this chain is highly discounted. In addition, not only will our restaurant partners be able to manage the ordering of fruit and vegetables from us, but we'll also give them the ability to manage all their suppliers right on our app. So there's no more messy WhatsApp groups, no more phone calls or emails or text messages, no more missing invoices or not knowing what the current pricing is. We're going to replace all of that with one screen on our app, and all of our partners will be able to save both time and money. For our business models, anything purchased from farms by our restaurant partners, we put 20 to 40% margin on. Anything purchased on the B2C side from the restaurants, we keep 15% of every purchase. We're getting ready to pilot test with Indonesia's largest grocery store chain, and we just signed a strategic investment MOU with one of the largest spring bottled water manufacturers and distributors. This will give us access to their entire sales and distribution channels, which could potentially give us more than 20,000 new B2B customers. Obviously, this will help us scale very quickly. We just launched in August, and our monthly revenue has grown pretty quickly to $40,000 a month, mainly because of our B2B business, which now comprises over 95% of our revenue. Because of these numbers, we're putting more focus on our B2B business. I'm a Korean American with over 13 years of experience in all levels of the global food industry as an entrepreneur. My co-founder Faraz is from Indonesia. He lived in Korea for 7 years where we met, and he went back to Indonesia early last year to kick off our operations over there. And it's because of his really strong network of contacts that we were able to get off to a fast start. We currently have a team of 20 people. We're getting ready to close our seed round of $450,000, of which $350,000 is soft committed from VCs as well as notable angel investors. We're maxed out operationally and we cannot meet all the demand we have. So much of these funds will go to immediate hires of new team members to help support our growth, which would get us to $1.5 million of revenue within a year. Now we're getting ready to make great profits, but we're also making profit for our cause. So I hope everyone here can join us in our profitable and impactful journey. Thank you.
Well, that was once again a perfect pitch. 2 seconds left, amazing. So we can head straight away into Q&A. So I'll leave it first up to my co-judges to address their questions. 5 minutes, actually. Did I say anything else? Yes, so 5 minutes.
Okay.
So please just...
I'll jump in. I thank you very much for that. I find this a really interesting proposition. And I guess to steal a line from Crazy Rich Asians, they're starving people and starving children in America. So I'm super happy that someone's tackling this and looking at ways to be good for business. Obvious question, but I'm just curious. You don't mention about whether the model you think is applicable to other Asian jurisdictions or other jurisdictions full stop, but I'm just curious what your next plans might be. I noticed that you're Indonesia and Korea, but do you have any other plans for further expansion, and maybe if so, when? Because it sounds like you're off to a great start.
Yeah, we're currently operating only in Indonesia, and our next steps will be other parts of Southeast Asia, maybe Thailand. We've had some interest from Bangladesh, and I know that's a good market for us. So Southeast Asia is a good market because as the middle class grows, there's going to be more waste. There's going to be more options of food, and they're going to want more and waste more. So it's a good time for us to try to prevent this from happening.
Thank you.
Yes, hello. Yeah, good.
Well, yeah, maybe a quick question on your competition, because there was nothing mentioned on that during the fantastic pitch you delivered.
Sure. So competitors in Indonesia, on our B2C side, we have one that's similar on just the B2C side. On the B2B side, we do have two pretty large startups that work directly with farmers and sell B2B or B2C. However, we are moving more towards the supplier managed procurement part, which they wouldn't really be direct competition, but we would be able to partner with them. And we've actually spoken to one of them, and we're talking to do collaborations with them because they would be able to use our supplier management tool and and we would help them be more efficient. So we're actually talking to one of them right now.
Thank you very much. Very impactful. I was wondering, for this 1.5 million of revenue, how much food does it represent?
How much? I'm sorry?
Food.
Well, right now, I wish I had the exact numbers. My co-founder, who's a CEO, has the exact numbers of how much impact we're making as far as saving food. And I did have a slide in the previous pitch in semifinals that showed our impact. I could get that information for you and send it to you personally, because I just don't have that number right now.
Okay, no worries. Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn. Just remind me again when it comes about growth. Obviously, it's more customers, but also I want to have a little bit of a zoom in the terms of stickiness of your business model. So if you can tell us a little bit more about how a restaurant onboards and then how they upgrade potentially.
Sure. So on the B2B side, we've had pretty high retention. The reason we were losing some customers was because some of the smaller restaurants were going out of business. So that's one of the concerns, especially with COVID. Some of the restaurants do go out of business. The big, which is why we're trying to get more medium and larger ones, which likely won't go out of business. On the B2C side, so we put more focus on the B2B side now. And so the B2C side, we haven't really put much more focus because most of our revenue is coming from the B2B side. But early indications, we showed that more than 55% of users that made a purchase made a second purchase within 2 or 3 weeks. That was our early numbers in the beginning.
Okay, great. That's helpful. Thank you. And then in terms of customer acquisition, again, if you can give a little bit more highlights on your go-to-market strategy.
So right now for our B2B side, it's all been word of mouth. Well, initially we did through our network. And then from there, it's been word of mouth with restaurants telling others because we're not only saving them money procuring their fruit and vegetables, but we have over 100 SKUs, which is more than their typical suppliers. And also we do next morning delivery every single day, which many people don't. So it's been pretty easy for us to so far acquire merchants on the B2B side. And we just hired a salesperson, and after we raise funds, we're going to hire more salespeople to grow that quicker.
Great, thank you. We'll have 20 seconds left. I'm not sure if one of the judges has a quick one.
Quick one on the team, maybe. How many people are on the tech side? How many people are more on the business side?
We have 5 people on the tech side. We have 20 people total, 5 people on the tech side. 4 people in marketing, 3 people in sales, and the rest is customer service and co-founders.
Okay.
Fantastic. And that brings us to the end of the Q&A. Thank you very much, Lynn.
Thank you.
You can unshare your screen now. Thank you. Well done.
Thank you.
And I should now see Miranda.